Gorkhi-Terelj National Park is one of the main national parks in Mongolia. The Terelj tourist zone has a number of tourist camps, which all connect with Ulaanbaatar by a paved road. The park includes a grassland that is the main environment in Mongolia, which some of the Mongolians live in the park, and their settlement is mainly located in the valley of Terelj River. In the park, the wildlife of horse, cows, and wild ass are common. It is also an attraction that the traditional Mongolian life can be seen inside the park. The Turtle Rock is also a main site that the national park wants to preserve.
A big ecological problem in the Gorkhi-Terelj National Park is desertification, which is defined as the process by which fertile land becomes desert. Gorkhi-Terelj has a grassland environment which favors greenery but a temperate arid climate which is more dry and unfavorable. The climate also changes erratically throughout the year, resulting in droughts throughout each year and throughout different seasons. These droughts, along with the climate and human presence in the area, are leading to the desertification of the Gorkhi-Terelj National Park. One solution to this problem would be to plant trees within the park. Planting trees is known to increase soil fertility and contribute to ecological diversity. Another solution would be to irrigate water to the park, which would require a system of water pumps to be put in place. A third solution would be to create a management network of the groundwater in the area, which involves the maintenance and resourceful use of what little water is in the area or under the ground in the area. Between irrigation and groundwater management, the latter is the more viable option. Irrigation to a desert area is quite costly, and the construction may do decent damage to the landscape. Groundwater management would be cheaper and easier to maintain. However, the only flaw of groundwater management is that it may not return as much water as an irrigation system. Overall, planting trees combined with groundwater management would create a good solution to the desertification of the Gorkhi-Terelj National Park.
As the desertification problem that was mentioned above, one of the factors that caused the problem is that Mongolians focus too much on animal husbandry, which creates damage to the grassland. Since the animal relies on the grassland so much, the range of the grassland decreased and took away the hydration from land, which is a big reason that not only Gorkhi-Terelj National Park, but also other grasslands in Mongolia have. This factor also connects with other environmental problems, which is that the Mongolian wild ass is endangered due to overuse, reasons such as animal husbandry and edible resource that cause Mongolian wild ass in danger. Now, the Mongolian government aims to solve the endanger of the wild ass, which they cooperate with the UN and listed the wild ass in the red list, using the working of social factors such as working with the UN and other countries to make different laws that ban the use of the wild ass. At first, the locals reject the law, but after several negotiations and conversation with the government, the local Mongolian agreed to cooperate. As the Mongolian government controlled the endanger of the wild ass, it actually also reduced the river pollution problem. Since the government published multiple laws that control the tradition of animal husbandry that caused desertification and the endanger of the wild ass, it helped reduce the river pollution from animal stores, animal feeds, and more. As we can see, since the Mongolians are able to live in the area of the national park, the environmental problems that happen in the national park are all connected.
So another problem the park is facing is tourist pollution. Basically, the park is considered as an important scenic spot in Mongolia to visit, and the park also has large landscapes with a huge amount of grass to feed local animals, and it helps local stock farming. As a result, the problem of pollution needs to be taken seriously, and there are two solutions to solve the problem of pollution. The first one is to reduce the amount of time of tourists' schedule. For example, the park can partly isolate the crucial areas that play important roles in environmental issues of the park. And to this point, the manager of the park can deeply communicate with the local tour guide, telling them the exact time and areas that tourists are allowed to visit. And also, the park can limit the number of people for visiting certain areas within a day. Once the number of tourists is being limited, the amount of tourist time is limited as well. And secondly, the park can punish whoever harms the landscape and park. One easy and effective way to punish is definitely to fine.
Since the tourism camp was strongly developed in the park, the government wants to use more animals to attract tourists, such as using horses to develop activity like horse riding in the national park. With a great relationship with China, Mongolian government import Chinese cows and horses in the park. In one hand, the government creates social and also environmental friendly with other countries, for example like being friendly with China and become the sister park of Glacier National Park in Montana. Yet, on the other hand, the import of other countries' animals can create the problem of exotic species threatening the local animal, which is currently one of the environmental problems that the government is figuring out.